hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. If you've ever visited the Wildlife Department headquarters here in Oklahoma City, well, you were no doubt left with quite an impression by our lobby, especially with our 3-story waterfall. Another one of the favorite features here in the lobby are our 2 aquariums. Now, if you've ever owned an aquarium yourself, you know that it can be quite a commitment to keep up with. Well, multiply that about 100 times, and that's about the amount of effort that it takes to keep these fish healthy. A lot goes on behind the scenes besides just feeding the fish, maintaining the proper pH, temperature, and oxygen levels of the water, cleaning the glass and on the inside, and maintenance of all the equipment. A wildlife department with a specialized expertise to provide the most impressive headquarters of any wildlife agency in the country. Just another reason to love Oklahoma and the adventures that await you.
Yeah, that's a good net of shad. That's exactly what we're looking for. Well, here we are at Lake Texoma today on the upper end of the lake. And here behind me we have just what I call a mud flat. This is going to be about 3 or 4 foot of water, and this is a springtime fishing trip. A lot of times these type of flats will get overlooked by cat fishermen, but they can be excellent places to catch a good mess of fish in the early spring. Right here we're going to set up about 6 poles. I have 5 of my long rods. These are 11-foot rods with 30-pound test line, bait casting reels. With my long rods, I like to be able to cast out a long distance. I use 4-ounce weight so I can get out there maybe 70 yards. A lot of times you can catch your bait right on a flat like this from the bank. The shad will spawn when the water temperature reaches about 65 degrees. And right now Lake Texoma is about 60 degrees, so they're in a pre-spawn mode. But on warm days, especially when the wind is coming into this bank, they'll also show up in the afternoon as the water warms up. Plus the fact you have the wave action coming toward the bank brings the plankton, the phyto and zooplankton, into the bank, which is their food source. So they're right behind them, and then oftentimes the blue cat and channel cat will be right behind the shad. So I've got some homemade rod holders here that serve the purpose. I'm going to set those out, bait up with some fresh shad we caught a moment ago, get my 6 rods set out, and hopefully get a bite. All right, we'll get this last one in the water. There's a bite right there before I even get my last one set out. That's a good sign. There's the first fish of the day. Now you always like to catch a fish before you even get your last rod set out. Feels like a decent fish too. I can land him. Oh, he's running to the bank now. Well, for no bigger than he is, he was sure a fighter, and that's a nice little blue cat. You bet. Weigh him up. I think he'll weigh close to 3. 3.7, so closer to 4. 3.5. Nice fish. String him up and get that one baited back out. There's a good bite. If he hits it one more time, I'm going to take him to task. There you go. Yeah. Another good eating size fish. A little smaller than that last one, I believe. There he is. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We'll take that any day, all day. Good eating size blue cat. We'll weigh that one. I've got a 3-pound minimum, personal minimum. Spoiled, I guess. He made the cut, 3 even. That'd be a good eating fish right there. String him up. You know, I've got my lawn chair set out there, but I haven't had a chance to sit down since we got here, and that's a real blessing. That's a real blessing. Even if we don't catch another one, it's been a good day, but signs are looking up. There's a good bite. Running right to the bank. There he is. Another good eating size blue cat, looks like. Yeah. I think we've already got enough for supper. Yeah, that feels like a little bigger fish. Really pulled it down good. Yeah, I believe that's our biggest one yet. Five and a half. Smaller fish. Now the reason I set my hook so hard is because my line is so far out there and that monofilament stretches, and you really have to give it to them to make sure it gets embedded in their mouth, and that's the reason I really set it hard. That's a channel cat, look at there. Yeah, they like shad too. Like he has a little injury too there in his flesh. So we'll throw him back, get healed up, and maybe catch him when he gets a few pounds bigger. If he hits it again, I'm going to take him to task. Come on, baby. There he is. He's active. And a really light biter too. That's a blue cat. There he is. Looks like a brother to those other ones, doesn't he? Talking to us. You know, when you're fishing a flat out on any lake that has blue cat, channel cat population, which is nearly all of our lakes here in Oklahoma, you can find flats like this one, usually on the upper end of the lakes. Now, the water level can vary greatly in the course of a year. And the spot we're at right now, I've seen it completely dry where you could drive across it. And at one point, the lake was so high, the water where we're fishing in right now would have been 30 feet higher. So amazing variation in water depths. But whatever the water depth, you can usually find a spot that has fishable depth anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6 feet. That's pretty consistent in its depth all the way across. That's by definition what we call a flat, and it's usually devoid of structure and topography out there. Now the window is sometimes pretty short on the super fishing on these flats, but late winter getting into early spring is usually when that window arrives here in Oklahoma, in southern Oklahoma, usually from mid-March through maybe about mid-April, maybe a 4-week window in there, because like I say, the shad are going to start spawning here before too long. When the water reaches about 65 degrees, which we're 5 degrees away, they'll be close to the bank where they'll be depositing their eggs and their milk to spawn in the shallows. Now these blue cat and channel cat, of course, will be right behind them. Their spawn is about a month and a half later when the water temperature reaches about 75 degrees. So in the meantime, they're building up their energy reserves in a pre-spawn mode so they can get ready for all of the depletion that they'll experience during the spawn. And during that window where those correspond is when it's really good sometimes. Now there's years when, like I said, it's not any good where we're at or really any of the flats around here because they're either have water up in the trees where you can't access them or they're dry. So on any given lake, on any given year, try to focus in on areas that have pretty consistent water depth. That's not super deep, not too shallow. It needs to be at least 1.5 feet to 2 feet. And in that early spring area, if you can get some fresh bait, a lot of times you can get out there and really make a haul. Got a bite right here. Let's hope the electric tape I have around the junction there holds up. Here he comes. There he is. Another carbon copy. Boy, those are nice. Nice eating sized blue cat there. Yeah, he lassoed himself. He'd have been there all day. He's hooked, but he rolled so much he got caught up in the weight and the leader and everything else. snack can wait. That's better fish. All you gotta do is eat a snack to catch a good fish. Either he came off or he's running to the bank. I think he came off. Nope, he ran all the way to the bank. Making it easy for me. Come on. Now that's a nice fish. Yeah. I thought I'd lost that fish. I didn't feel him for probably 30 cranks. That's a long way. He was running fast right toward the bank, and they'll do that sometime. You just got to reel as fast as you can to keep up with them so they don't shake the hook, just in case they're still there. But once he made a turn, he really fought hard close to the bank there, and he was well hooked. He's a lot heavier than those other ones we've been weighing for sure. Eight, 7, 8, come on, hold still. He's right at 8 pounds. 7, 9. So yeah, that's a dandy. See how long he is, just out of curiosity. 30 inches is the length limit. You can only keep one blue or channel cat over 30 inches long per day. He's not gonna make it, but see how long he actually is. It's from the tip of the snout down to the tip of the tail. Get up here. Slick as snot. Come here. It's about 26.5 inches. So yeah, that's a beautiful blue cat there. That's what we were after. Nice, healthy fat, and he will be delicious. No doubt about that. We'll string him up for sure. Looks like I've got another bite going here. These fish are running right to the bank. He's on there. And a little further proof to our theory that they run in groups out here in these flats. Hadn't even got the other fish strung. This one isn't near as big, but here he comes. Another beauty. Easy, easy. 3.1 made the cut on the stringer. Tell you what, the Lord has blessed us with a fine mess of fish already. There's one. Got him. Another channel cat. See what we have here, hopefully. I can get him in. Like another blue cat coming in. Yeah, another nice fish. Ah, the way he took off, I thought I'd hooked onto a freight train for a second. He really had some juice. Another beauty. There he is. Easy, easy. 9.6, 9.5. Go out on your local lake, get you some fresh bait, and get some rods in the water. It's a lot of fun. If you happen to hit them just right like we did today, you can really load the freezer up with some nice fillets. And in fact, that's what we're getting ready to do, is clean this nice mess of blue cat we have right there. You know, it's been a phenomenal day out here catching blue cat on Lake Texoma. The Lord has blessed us with a nice mess of fish. In fact, I'm filleting the last blue cat as we speak. And as you can see, we've got a big pile of nice fillets off of the channel cat, or off of the blue cat here. And I'm sure we could stay here and catch some more catfish. We still have some bait left. But I tell you, I'm tempted to press our luck a little bit and maybe try to go catch a string of crappie with the few hours of daylight we have left. So might give it a try, see how it goes. On to the next big spring adventure. That's pretty in that clear water. Good. I'm right by that log. Oh, one hit it as I moved it. Isn't that something? He was sitting right by that. I got him over that log. Crappie love the structure, don't they? I tell you, it just doesn't get much better than that. Another nice crappie too. Yeah, didn't quite get the minnow down the hatch, did he? And what a banner day. Managed to pull it off. Caught a nice string of crappie after catching a really nice mess of catfish earlier, blue cat, on Lake Texoma. And you know, I'm no expert fisherman by any stretch of imagination, but early spring can really produce. And we were fortunate enough and blessed enough to really be able to take full advantage of it today with two of my favorite species of fish to catch, blue cat and crappie. And that's enough for a good mess right there. So, mission accomplished.
Oh yeah, he got it. Well, we hope today's stories remind you that Oklahoma is a perfect place to explore. So no matter how you choose to enjoy our state's incredible natural world, remember, your adventure starts with Outdoor Oklahoma. Just once I want to be inside the tank.
Outdoor Oklahoma is produced by the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation and is proud to serve and be funded entirely by sportsmen and women and outdoor enthusiasts who love and appreciate all things wild in the great state of Oklahoma.
The frenzy is on. Come on, give it to me.